I worked in television for 3 decades before I became a speaking coach. TV people simply know how to capture and keep an audience's attention better than anyone. And one of the techniques that we used all of the time is called a tease. Now, a tease is a couple of short sentences meant to whet your appetite for what's coming up later. For instance, we might say something like, "Seatbelts, you always wear them in your car, but why don't school buses even have seatbelts?" Coming up in a few minutes, we'll find out why. That tease keeps the audience watching for just a few more minutes, and then later we'll tease again something further down in the show. So the question is, how do you apply this to our presentation? Simple. The format looks like this: title, statement, question, promise. Title, statement, question, promise. So the title of this tease, the one I just told you, is seatbelts. The statement is, we always wear them in our car. Question, why don't school buses even have seatbelts? And the promise is, we'll find out why in a few moments. So let's make this work in one of our presentations. Let's say we're working with our sales team. We might say the weekly standard reports. Standard reports are the most disliked forms that any of us fill out. But what happens if the report is filled out automatically without us having to do any extra work? In a few minutes, we'll explore some exciting news that will benefit everyone in this room. Now, will this work? You bet. This is a tried and tested technique that has been proven to keep people engaged. Now, there are 3 types of teases. You have the regular tease that teases interest in something coming up soon. This is the most common tease format. In a few moments, we'll show you how to save time and money on your next expense report. This tease creates interest in something that you'll be sharing soon. Then you'll hopscotch that to the next tease and the next tease all the way through your presentation. Then we have the deep tease. This means the content you're teasing may not be coming up in a few minutes. It might be coming up in a half hour, it may be coming up in a couple of hours, or it may be coming even after lunch. This works especially well if you have something really great to share that no one is going to want to miss. And finally, you have the next day tease, or the next time we're together tease. Now, don't shortchange this tease because your audience is sitting there. They're already primed and they're ready for information that they'll receive next time. That can do a lot to get your audience to come back for the next segment or the next training that you put up. Teases are the bread and butter of television. You will almost never see a TV program that doesn't utilize all 3 of this type of tease all the way through it. And here's the question. If the professionals in TV have learned to capture and keep our attention for more than 50 years of doing this kind of work, don't you think we as presenters and teachers could stand to use the same thing?